We have received word that His Majesty has been taken into the protection of House Lattice.
House Lattice?
A family with long-standing ties to House Kessling and General Goldwyn.
I suppose you can relax now, Seign.
I suppose I can.
This about the Great Emperor escape?
Indeed. Perhaps we should report on the operation.
I'm all ears.
Are there intruders, or are there not, you imbecile?
My lord, we received reports of a suspicious figure, but we believe it to have been a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? The Dukes has entrusted me with this task. Do you not know what time is upon us? How much has gone into all this? We disappoint the Dukes at our peril. Do you understand?
Yes, my lord. Security will be tightened at once.
It damn well better be!
Looks like General Goldwyn had the right of it.
How are we for time?
40 seconds till alarms start blaring. Seems like Baron Hassel lives up to his name. Security is tight.
He certainly hasn't made it easy for us.
And if Grace is to be believed, it's going to be even harder than we think.
The Duke's trust does not come lightly. We'd best not underestimate the Baron.
And while Aldrich has the young Emperor imprisoned, even those who oppose him are loath to speak too loudly.
The Emperor's release is therefore a necessary step in the fight against Aldrich.
Baron Hassel wields much influence among those loyal to the Dukes. His family funded the lion's share of the Empire's rune lens research.
Royalty by riches. A title bought and paid for.
And a keen interest in seeing rune lenses used in the creation of weapons. He and the Dukes likely see great fortune in the dealing of arms.
You don't think we'll find anything like that monster they were controlling in the research facility, do you?
I, for one, would prefer not to have to call upon our dragon friend again. Once was quite enough. Where is Grace?
She did say she'd find us here.
You remembered to give her a map of Ardenal City, didn't you, Lieutenant?
Oh, well,
We'll have to find her then.
Yep.
Grace?
Oh, you didn't come looking for me, did you? It's not like I was lost or anything.
Oh, the fault is mine in not providing you with a map, Mom. But it is comforting to see that you still can't follow your nose.
Ever the gentleman, eh, Valentine? My nose is just fine, I'll have you know. It's my memory that's occasionally lacking. Would have been fine if I'd had a map.
So much for infiltration, then.
No need to worry on that score, Seign, my love. Like I said, my nose is reliable as ever.
We're drawing attention. The Duke's grip may have loosened, but we are still traitors, technically.
Right. Let's get back to the hideout.
Lead the way.
Our reconnaissance has told us that Baron Hassel has secured his castle rather effectively. We are confident that His Majesty is being held within its walls.
We have resistance members inside the castle who have confirmed as much, yes. It was tough going getting that correspondence out of there. More than tough. Some members had to pay with their lives.
Their sacrifice made all the difference. That letter forced General Goldwyn's hand and led to the downfall of the ducal forces.
Good. It means a lot to know their struggle wasn't for naught. Unfortunately, it was that very success that made the Baron batten down his hatches.
You can say that again.
But I'm sure you have a strategy worked out for us, don't you, Mom?
If I do, the first step will be for you to quit calling me Mom. There's no need for formality here. My military days are behind me. I'm with the Resistance now.
I'm afraid I couldn't possibly, Mom. Besides, technically, we're all resistance now.
So what is the strategy?
Well, glad to see someone's taking this seriously. You're a Kesling, all right? Excuse me. It's not just the soldiers guarding the gate we need to worry about. The Barons received a particularly horrible gift from the Dukes to keep out intruders. Thankfully, we may be able to avoid it. So, our first stop will be the Imperial Museum.
The museum in the capital?
The very same. We'll be starting there to pull off a little Imperial heist. So, ready to go?
Lead the way. Traitors might as well be thieves, I suppose.
Haha, there's that Kesling conviction. Let's be off then. I'll fill you in when we arrive.
The capital, eh?
Never been, myself.
Remember, we're not in the Empire's good graces. Keep your heads down.
Did you see it then?
The security measure further in. Yeah, I saw it.
With that thing on guard, I'm not sure they need us, really.
Told you we should have... Who's there?
Oh, sorry! I think I've gotten myself lost. It's all so beautiful, I wasn't watching where I was going.
Well, you can't be here, pal. Off with you.
You've still got it, Mom. As ruthless as ever.
As are you. Military training suits you, clearly.
I helped too, you know.
So the rune we seek is back there?
Sure is. This area is usually sealed off except for special occasions.
And today it was guarded well. Interesting.
The Duke thinks ahead.
All this definitely feels as though it's making use of the Duke's research.
And there'll be plenty more of it at the Baron's castle. For example, we'll be facing off against creatures built off of rune golems.
A rune golem? Is that the horrible gift you were talking about before?
The very same. Our intelligence suggests the technology was provided by people in beast masks.
I, for one, would rather avoid dealing with such a creature.
Great minds think alike.
We'd best get a move on. The castle awaits.
Onwards!
Grace?
Oh, no. I wasn't going the wrong way. I was just, making sure we weren't being followed.
I almost feel bad about this.
A crossroads.
You leave this to me, Seign. We go left. I'm sure of it.
Let's go right.
You think so?
Right, sounds good.
Oh, come on. I said I was sure. Don't any of you actually trust me?
Of course we do. We have all heard tell of your superb work with the Resistance, Ma'am. However, I agree we should go right.
Ugh.
Is this the right place?
Sure is. Our goal is the rune of vanishing. With that, we can become invisible. Or so I've heard.
Invisible? So that's how we slip through, eh?
All this security just for that?
Indeed. If such a rune were to fall into the hands of an assassin or some such.
Exactly. They're surprisingly lax about it, if you ask me. Well then, who's up for a little law-breaking, eh? I know I am.
Our crime spree will have to wait, I'm afraid.
Quickly, to arms!
Let's put an end to this. Quickly.
Take this!
Come, wind!
Calibrated. Activating.
Regule released!
Target acquired. This will end it.
That's the last of them, yeah?
Let's finish the job before we find out.
What is it, Seign?
Law-breaking. Perhaps this speaks to my naivety, but I'm troubled by the phrasing.
Huh. Is that so? The world certainly asks a lot of House Kesling, doesn't it?
It's here! Seign! I think this is it!
So, the Rune of Vanishing is loath to share her gifts with us, is she?
Indeed. Turns out it is rather special, even as runes go. Code L will look into extracting its power.
So we're kicking back until Pole returns with good news, then?
Fingers crossed.
Where is Grace?
Hmm? Oh. Where indeed?
You did remember to give her the map, didn't you?
Ah.
I'll go look for her.
Please do.
Arthur.
Grace?
Oh, Seign. You didn't have to come for me. I have a map this time.
Good to know. Pole will be returning soon.
Say no more. I'll be right there. Say, Seign. What drove you to go against the Empire?
Need you ask? The same thing that drives you.
We're from different worlds, Seign. House Kesling has always been friendly with the Dukes. I was born in rebellion. You chose it.
Fair. But my answer remains unchanged. What the Dukes is doing is unjust. Of that I am certain. And an empire of the unjust is not worth defending. An answer that speaks to my naivety, perhaps.
I wouldn't say that. Same thing as me, eh? You might have a point.
The Rune of Vanishing is ready, then?
Yup. The Alliance Engineers' finest work to date! The Lantern of Vanishing! Once activated, everyone in its vicinity will become impossible to detect. Invisible, in layman's terms.
We'd best stick close together then.
And for how long can we count on its effect?
One activation gives about 30 seconds of cover. But we can only activate it 3 times. After that, it'll be about 3 days before we can use it again. The engineers did their best, but not even a raw lens could pull more out of it.
3 shots. Well, we'll need it getting in, and we'll need it again to get past that golem that's guarding the keep.
We'll need to pass the golem twice, remember? So we should prepare for our escape from the castle proper to draw attention.
Suppose you're right. Let's get a move on, shall we? Before the Emperor gets moved elsewhere or something. No time to waste.
Remember, use of the lantern is limited. Once inside the castle, return will not be possible. Go ready.
I'm ready. Onward to rescue His Majesty.
Well, that worked.
Do refrain from practical jokes, Lieutenant Valentine.
Perish the thought.
Sorry, that was me. Think I brushed past that guy.
Stay focused. We have to save His Majesty before we're seen.
That's the golem, right?
Looks like it.
I have a bad feeling about this.
The Emperor must be ahead. Onward.
All right. I'll activate the lantern.
We did it!
We can only use the lantern one more time.
I can't. This cannot. Who is it? Imperial officers?
A pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty. I am Seign of House Kessling.
House Kessling? What do you want? I have no more left to give. Please!
Fret not, Your Majesty. We are here to save you. General Goldwyn sends his regards. We can show you his missive if you need convincing.
Goldwyn? Then what of Aldrich?
Dukes Aldrich has betrayed the Empire. He is our enemy. Are you yet unconvinced, Your Majesty?
Aldrich is responsible for my father's death. Yet, knowing this helped little to keep me free from his control. Goldwyn, too, must have suffered as a result of these foul machinations.
Your Majesty, we must away. Galdia needs you now more than ever.
Very well. I will believe you. Lead on.
You'll do no such thing.
Baron Hassel.
I don't know how in the hell you got past that golem, but you are not taking that boy anywhere.
Treason! You dare bear arms against His Majesty!
Treason? Please. Take aim! Sir? Against His Majesty?
If we were to fire on the boy, then...
Do not fire at the boy, imbeciles.
Right! Let's all just calm down!
These child snatchers, however, deserve no quarter. You've got some gall to speak of treason as traitors to the Empire. Wouldn't you agree, Seign Kessling?
It's a setup. I'd expect no less.
It would appear we are vastly outnumbered. Perhaps vanishing is our only course of action.
I I'm something of a perfectionist, you see. And I won't tolerate rats in my castle. Luckily, the Duke shares my disinterest in making rats like you surrender. Aim! Yes, sir?
Stop! I'll do whatever you ask, so please, spill no blood.
Worry not, Your Majesty.
What nonsense.
Hole! On it!
What the... No! How? What sorcery is this? I saw no mage among your ranks. Find them! Find them!
What magic?
Explanations must wait, Your Majesty.
We won't be able to do that again, though. Lanterns all used up.
Well, we made the most of it, I'd say. As escape plans go, it could certainly have been worse. Looks like we can't sneak by this time.
What? You intend to fight?
Unfortunately, yes. Take cover, Your Majesty.
Very well. I will endeavor to stay out of your way. See to it that you do not die. Yes?
Thank you, Your Majesty. Well then, our exit route lies just ahead.
On the other side of a fight. This won't be easy, boys.
Not even with you on our side, Mum.
Let's give it hell!
Let's put an end to this. Quickly. size!
Come, wind!
Here we go.
Take this!
Target acquired!
Come, wind!
Here we go.
Get him! What's the plan?
This!
One, two! Sword!
Here we go.
Charge!
Take this!
The parting blow is mine!
You did it!
Yes, I suppose we did. Perhaps His Majesty would be so kind as to tell tales of my bravery.
Lieutenant!
I believe I shall.
There! There they are! Don't let them get away! The Dukes will have your heads! Do you hear me?
The Baron. He's caught up to us.
Damn it!
Know this, Hassel. A crime against my father is a crime against the Empire. And you and Aldrich both shall suffer for your treachery.
Ha!
Soldiers, to whom have you sworn fealty? For whom do you bear your arms? This traitor would see you doomed to treason! Do you wish to share his punishment?
Ah!
Your Majesty, please forgive me.
Fools! What are you doing? Come back here now! To hell with you! To hell with you all!
We must hurry, Your Majesty. It is not safe here.
I know. But with you all at my side, I felt emboldened and compelled to do right by my subjects.
Grace.
The Emperor is safe then?
General Goldwyn is assigning a guard regiment.
Good. This war you're fighting, I hope it was a little useful at least.
Grace, you and my brother, Arthur, were close, weren't you?
Valentine spilled the beans, did he? Never could keep his mouth shut.
I had heard from Arthur himself that there was someone special to him, and that I'd meet her eventually.
Someone special, eh? I see him in you, you know. Arthur. Not only that.
Not only what?
He was as straight as they come. Always. He never wavered on his principles. Not even when those generals sent his regiment to die in that rebellion. Not even when dissenting cost him his life. Even knowing that his name alone could have spared him every hardship. he still chose to fight for what he knew was right. But if he hadn't been who he was, he never would have noticed me for who I was, and I wouldn't have loved him like I did.
My brother was a great man.
The greatest.
That's the gist of it.
I should point out that we haven't been able to use the lantern since. It was fun while it lasted, I suppose.
We will be returning the rune to the Imperial Museum.
So what happened to Grace? She came here, didn't she?
She went to eat some time ago, but... Ah. This map must be...
Oh, not again.